Hi, welcome back to She Is Always Right. This is episode 4. I am Sakshi.
And I'm Mansi. And today in this episode, we're going to talk about modern time relationships, dating, and things that nobody prepares you for.
And how relationships in modern world have become so complicated to understand. We're going to discuss all about it. So let's get started.
Oh, what was this sing song? मुझे गाने में demotivate करती है और खुद यहाँ पे jingles दे रही है.
She is terrible. My ears bleed.
Guys, I think you'll be a better judge of it, okay? I'll sing sometime for all of you.
Sing. Sure. One version. Do Sayya.
नौजवानों.
Do Sayya.
सैया.
ठीक.
यार ये बिना किसी ट्रेनिंग के है यार बहुत सही है.
Sayya.
Let's not. सब पहले भाग जाएंगे. Guys, this episode is not about Sayya. This episode is about Sayya, but in a different context. So आज हम
Your Sayya, our Sayyas, our ex-Sayyas, our present Sayyas.
So we're going to talk and navigate a lot of modern relationships. To start with, I feel I want to know, do you think what has changed in modern relationship, and is there any change that you've seen in the past, say a decade or from when you were young till now?
I think since the time women have started working, a lot of things have changed in modern relationship because during our parents' age, it was just the man. Most of the families had the man who was the breadwinner for the whole house. So there was a lot of space for a woman to be more nurturing and, actually live up to her feminine energy, etc. But also, I think what backlash that time had was women were not that liberal because of the financial dependency on their partners.
Yes,
and also, they did not have that much energy to focus on themselves and actually live the life that they want, versus now where we are all liberal, financially independent, and we can do all the things we love, pursue all the ambitions we have. And but also with the modern age, I feel women have become more masculine.
Yeah,
And
100%.
because we are women who take care of everything and can take care of everything by ourselves. So somewhere also I feel we need to nurture our feminine energy more and also need to do the things women were actually supposed to do. We are somewhere forgetting it. What do you feel about modern relationships?
I feel, see, there's no right and wrong to it, but what I've understood looking at my parents' time of relationships and now, I feel it was the options in the world was much more confined and much more tighter, right? So you never had the experiences or the time to explore things in the world and time and everything. So I think that has changed for now. Relationships were more tighter, families were more confined. So, used to find agar shadi bhi ho rahi hai, so they used to arrange marriages were a big concept back then. My parents were, they met via an arranged marriage. And I feel like the more world is going forward and the more we are opening to like this huge world where everything is accessible to you, the options have also increased. But in a way, I also feel like women before were more resilient, right? They were more, they had more capacity of taking things and say compromising. I don't want to use it in a negative connotation, but they were more giving and they were the person in a relationship who was to compromise a lot more. And I think what has changed from their generation to our generation is because we have become so self-independent and we have financial independence and we take our own decisions and we choose our own life paths, we don't settle for anything less. So I think in that terms वो इक्विलिब्रियम नहीं somewhere settle हो पा रहा है.
Because a lot of women are not ready to settle down for less, so it has also become much more hard to find a partner.
Yeah.
Because now there is nothing you can provide to a woman. She already knows how to earn money. She
Right.
knows how to run a house. She knows how to take care of business, how to take care of her family,
Yeah.
everything. So the correct partner who can come is actually the only one who can treat her right and be the perfect person she needs him
I
to be.
think now it has become more from like external dependency about things like, you know, taking care of house bills and etc etc. It has become more internal.
Internal.
Like you want more emotional availability, you want more emotional intelligence in your partners, and you're searching for that because, you know, women have gone out, they're working, they have jobs, they're doing these multiple businesses and stuff, so all your time goes to work, which is where you drain out your energies and stuff. So when you come back home, now you look for a partner who can provide you emotional intelligence and emotional space more and accept you the way you are. So I think, and what has happened is also, I there was this reel that I saw which actually resonates, and I understand that women have, in the past few decades, women have learned to be self-independent, and parents also have pushed their girls to educate themselves, earn their own money. But on the other hand, parents fail to teach their son how to be more involved in household chores and be emotionally more available. So there's a gap between, huge gap between where women are standing and where men are standing, because औरतें आगे बढ़ चुकी हैं, लड़कियां मतलब लाइफ में सब कुछ अचीव कर रही हैं, and they have taken that leap of growth. But I think लड़के वो growth अभी तक नहीं ले पाए हैं. So maybe that is where the entire gap is coming in, misunderstanding is happening. क्योंकि अब जब लड़की सब कुछ earn कर लेती है, there is nothing for men to provide, and then men are clueless कि what are they supposed to give in a relationship.
And also they have not learned the emotional aspect of how to take care of a girl, or how to take care of a house, or how to be emotionally present.
Yes.
Majority of the men are dealing with this.
100%. And do you think in modern relationship, because the world has opened up so much, there's digital media, there are dating apps which just came and rose like crazy in the past few decades. Do you think that has also somewhere altered relationship and the choices you have in men, or has the more choices made it more complicated for?
Yes, 100%. Because when you see at our parents' time, there were no expectation of either men or women. It's like, हाँ, parents ने देख लिया, arranged marriage पसंद कर लिया, you will meet few people, if you like, you like. And some of the cases I've seen is like people are not even seeing each other and they're meeting in the mandap directly.
Which happened with my parents.
Oh yeah, that is true.
My parents never saw each other. They directly met each other on the wedding day. And luckily, touch wood, in their case it worked out because both of them are people who aligned. But imagine the cases where they were completely different people and they were thrown into a marriage and in a relationship where they don't know each other.
Which happened with my parents. These two people are completely not made for each other, not right for each other, and that ends up being a bad marriage. Versus now in a real world where we have so many options, and there are options to break up, patch up, and also divorce someone if you're married and move on in life. So I think this is a very good time to actually choose what you want. And the world has also become more accepting towards things like, okay, this marriage did not work,
move on, find somebody else.
And people are actually prioritizing their happiness, which I think is so healthy.
It is.
Even if you have kids and the marriage is not going well, instead of everything coming on them, you be happy, I be happy, and the kid, of course, they will have some kind of trauma, but at least they'll live a peaceful life rather than the kind of
being in a broken sort of family.
And then what about the kid, right? Whole life he's seeing that, and then the kid carries the same trauma in his relationships or her relationships. And also I feel before expectations in the modern world have also changed, because before the expectations were very crystal clear. A man is going to earn, take care of the family. A woman is going to cook, take care of the kids, nurture the kids. These were the expectations. But with modern world, women have a lot of expectations. Men have a lot of expectations from women now that, oh, why should I just take care of the house? She will also take care of the house. Nothing should burden me, which is...
Equality has come into place where...
So with too many expectations, also too many complications take place.
Yes.
And sometimes then it again gets a little bit difficult to navigate where is this relationship
What are the
going.
roles and what are the norms? Like, what are the
Yeah.
roles that you are supposed to perform in a relationship, and what is the role that your partner needs to perform?
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask on this: do you also feel that it is a bit confusing, because now that we have that you mentioned that we have a choice, and now people don't they are not afraid of walking from away from a relationship which is suffocating or is not
Yeah.
working, right? People don't anymore take or be in a relationship which is sort of suffocating them or is
Yeah.
confining them or whatever. But do you also feel like because we have so many options, people are not ready to make the efforts, like at the slightest inconvenience? Do you think ke log bhag
Yeah.
jate hain, ya they try to avoid the relationship and not answer? Do you think that is happening more because of
100%, and I feel like because women are very simple.
yeah
Till date, that has not changed. Women are very simple.
Yeah.
All they need is a little bit of listening skills. Not
Yeah.
even a little bit, just listen to me or be emotionally available. Even if we are not someone who needs big gestures, which is, I don't know why it's
Always-
perceived as that women
Exactly.
need big gestures, diamonds,
flowers.
cars, apartments. No, it's all about how present you are with the female you have in your life, how emotionally available you are towards her. If you are empowering her, making her feel visible, and really making her feel the most beautiful woman
yes
in her life, and also validating her and loving her in the way she needs to be loved in, and
Yeah.
understanding that dynamics. I know it's not a one shot thing. You really need to put in that kind of effort to understand a woman.
Yeah.
So women are clear about their expectations still. I feel
Yeah.
men are having a hard time to navigate, and then sometimes they also feel like whatever I do, she's not happy.
You know why that is also happening? I'll tell you something. I feel this very strongly, that for pehle na, our mothers, take our mothers for example, they never voiced out their opinions or voiced out what they want,
Oh, yeah,
right?
that is
so there
true.
was never a case in a relationship where they could say, this is what I want, or these are my expectations. But now that women are becoming more and more independent, they are not afraid, and they're in fact much more vocal about what they need. Like in a relationship, I would want you to do this for me, I would want you to. So लड़के क्या कर रहे हैं ना, they have started comparing these relationships with their parents' relationship. Like, why is this girl so demanding? मेरी मम्मी ने तो कभी demands नहीं करी. But that bridge is never built. Like, I understand that
Interesting. I
Right?
never realized it in that way.
Yeah, I feel like men are comparing their partner relationship with their parents' relationship without realizing that it has been decades of change that has come into us. Like social media hasn't come into place. Now we are more open to looking at, how other couples are behaving with each other, and then there's this comparison that comes in between. And I feel whatever said and done, there are certain expectations जो औरतों ने कभी voice out ही नहीं करी पहले relationships में, because coming from again connecting to the point that you said in the podcast before, that they never knew what they want. All their life revolved around taking care of kids, making food, taking care of the house. So कभी personal time या personal space मिला ही नहीं. और
I
अब
agree. And
right?
also their parents conditioned them to be this person, and उतना ही उनके पास exposure और knowledge था. Whereas women of this generation, we have so much exposure to social media, books, or new learnings, or
Yeah.
even like we are hearing stories on how to grow from
or
it.
in fact self learning, like
Yeah,
self
our
love.
parents did not have that
Yeah.
kind of exposure that we have. That's why whenever we make wrong moves or whatever, we know that we are doing wrong or right. Versus them, they thought the only thing that was right was what their parents were teaching them.
Yeah.
And they thought it was right. And that's why there is a huge gap between, let's say, majority of our generation kids and the parents.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of kids of my age having a major gap with their parents and not understanding the shift. Of course, there are families who are exceptionally good in doing that, but I've seen many, many, many cases where there's a huge gap in just understanding
each other.
And the kid is not understanding why are they so rigid, versus the parents are not understanding why are they so stubborn. But
Yeah.
it is actually the exposure that has changed the whole ball game.
Yes, 100%. I feel like women were conditioned to be more, and yeah,
Greater
to be
good, to
yes,
sacrifice
women
for
were
greater
always conditioned to be that you need to be you will need to be the one who will sacrifice in a relationship. If some things are not going right, compromise. If some things are not going right, just bear with it, and with
Yeah.
time it will pass. And I will not hesitate from saying this, that I have heard my nani saying that, I asked my nani once in this conversation randomly that what if आपने मम्मी की शादी कर दी बिना पापा से कभी उन्हें मिलाए, what if they would have been very completely opposite people and couldn't be with each other, and my nani clearly told me कि जो भी होता वो उसकी जिंदगी थी, अब वो उसका था, she could never come back to this house. So this entire concept of that you're letting go of your daughter with the mindset that you can never come back to this house and you have to
Yeah.
be in that relationship no matter what goes on with you, was such a restricting conditioning. Like imagine for our
woman
mothers.
actually felt alone.
They were.
If she's not happy in the house she's married, so she's feeling lonely, and her parents have already told her, "अब जो है वो है,
यही है."
तुम देख लो." What is a woman emotionally and
do?
mentally going through, and she's also taking care of kids and all that. And also mothers in that age were very young mothers. Versus
Yes.
now people are taking their time to settle down, getting married late, having kids
Arey.
whenever it's right
Time to have kids.
When you have that kind of emotional maturity and mental strength
To take care of a life.
that responsibility, versus then where they were still figuring out who they were and having kids.
Imagine
It
my
was a
mother.
big mess.
Yeah, imagine my mother had all three of us by the age of 25.
Oh my God.
Imagine, like till 25, I was not even aware of what I want to do. I was, I was in my own world and my own bubble. And imagine that amount of pressure and that amount of giving yourself, your time and yourself to kids that you have brought into this life. Where is time to understand yourself? तुमने अपने लिए कभी जिंदगी जी ही नहीं, कुछ टाइम निकाला ही नहीं. So I feel sometimes we compare ourselves with our mothers, and it's so easy to say to our mothers that oh, you have not lived life, you don't know, oh आप बाहर नहीं गए, आपको कैसे पता होगा. But if I step myself in their shoe, it is a reality which I can never survive. Like to be that young, to have responsibility of so many lives, to put food on the table each day and still
And
not having
so
any
many times in one
exactly,
day.
still not having time, and mental health and mental stress and depression was never a conversation back then. So
I agree.
whatever they were going through, they were going on their own, and if they speak it out loud, people used to call them very rebel, or ये लड़की तो घर तोड़ना चाहती है, बर्बाद करना चाहती है. So I feel
Yeah,
that
we used to
pressure was
shut them
always
down.
everybody. So I think that pressure was always there on our mothers, which has changed with us for sure.
That is true, but also like I love the relationship your parents have.
Yeah,
So it's nice if
That's
your
true.
partner is good and your kids go away,
yeah.
versus a woman who has just revolved all her life around her kids and her husband, and let's say her husband is not good to her. Now the kids are gone, they have started their own lives. This mother is between the age of 50 to 60, and a lot of women of that age, there is also a survey that has come out, they feel like a vacuum.
Lost.
They feel lost, they don't know what to do, and it's actually depression. They
Yeah.
don't even understand that's depression, because
Yes.
they don't know what's the purpose of their life now. If you have a good partner, then you can still do things with them,
Yeah.
but they just don't understand, because they have revolved their whole life, whole ambition, whole purpose just towards raising their kids. So I
Yeah.
feel like it was very unfair what happened then, but we are very lucky in this world that I don't think so our generation will face that issue, because we very well understand how to separate our life's purpose and family is a part of your not
Yes,
your whole
whole
life.
life.
So I think our generation will be much better in that, but it's really hard because our parents are like that, and we see our parents and their generation has went through this.
Yeah.
And still when there are clashes, I will be like, I'll fight with my mom, and then I'll feel bad because I'm like, I know she cannot understand me.
There's a
and it's
very-
so hard
Yes.
to just be patient and make her understand, and then
Yeah.
I'll feel bad, and then I'm just like, I feel so guilty. I think many of the kids go.
I think all of us are going
Yeah.
through the same thing in different sort of degrees, because
Yeah.
I feel there's an evident gap in how we were brought up, like how our
I
parents
agree.
were brought up and how we are brought up, and kudos to our parents because they gave us the liberty and
Yeah.
freedom to choose our lives and stuff. But eventually it has come down to a point कि हम दो generations में बहुत gap है. So sometimes you might get very angry at your mother that why can't she understand simple things that I want, like why can't she understand that travel is important for me and I would always place that before marriage, or exploring life and making myself independent is more important for me than raising kids. But when I step myself in her shoes, then I can also understand where she's coming from, because she didn't learn any good. This is what all she learned. Her entire life was this. And conditioning does come into play a lot here. But do you think that now we're talking about like how far our generation has come, and we've been given all this exposure and stuff, and we like to believe that our generation is more emotionally available and aware of things, right? So why is that happening, that there is always a tiff between men and women on internet, that you see that men are always telling that women are becoming more very demanding, and they want equality, but they don't want equality in like dating, or they don't equality when they go out on dates. So why is that entire conversation coming up? Do you think that reaching equality or being financial independence means that you should not get the privileges of being a feminine at the end of the day, and to be
And becoming a woman, right?
yeah, to be cared?
Yeah, like today, even if no matter how modern I become, I'm earning good, I'm living a good life, whatever. On my date, I want my man to pay, and it's not a very
Big ask.
big ask, and people think it's a very gold digger energy, but it's not. If you're an alpha man, you would actually be like, no, I'll take care of it, you know? And it's not about money. It's honestly not about the money. It's about the attitude of how you handle things.
Yeah, it shows like who you are at the core.
Yeah.
Like you can go out and do things for your loved ones. And listen, I will not hesitate to pay on a date. And in fact,
Exactly my point. It is not important, but it is just, I think it's the kind of thinking.
it's like the efforts you put. Like it won't matter what you gift me. Like if you gift me a 4-carat ring, or you gift me a silver ring, what matters is that you put the thought in buying a ring for me. It is as simple as that. I have the money to pay on a date. I go on solo dates, I go on coffee dates every day. So for paying for a date would not be such a big of a fact for, big of a difference for us girls. But everything comes down to the point that you want that chivalry, you want that manliness from the guy you're going out with.
It also is a kind of safety that you feel when a man takes care of things. And I think somewhere coming from that generation to this generation, men have forgotten to take care of women and just let her be,
I come from this idea that, whoever calls out the other person on date should initiate to pay. Okay, so if a man approaches a girl and asks her out for a date, he should be the one who should initiate while paying the bill. And if a girl has done so, she should also. And I think that's also a very, power move that a girl makes. At the end of the day, no matter how independent you become and how strong you become as a lady, you would always want to be in some man's life the princess that you want to be taken care of.
Of course, because a modern woman has so many responsibilities. She's taking care of everything by herself. The only expectation of her will be her partner, right?
Yeah.
Who will take care of her, where she can be just stress-free, come home and feel like a little girl again.
Yeah.
So that assurance and safety is really important, and that's why I feel that sometimes it becomes complicated, that is it love or it's just reassurance? What do you have to say about that?
I think it's a mixture of both. Like I feel there was this beautiful reel that I saw a long back. It is from a film, I think, which goes along the line saying ki, we don't want a person in marriage for like love and all of that comes along with a partner in a relationship. But as humans, what we actually want is somebody to witness our life passing by. So so the basic need of a human being is that he doesn't want to feel alone when he's going through this entire journey of life, right? So we just want somebody who witnesses us living the life every day, and it is both ways. It goes both the ways, right? So that is I think the strongest essence of a relationship, that you want the life to be passed with somebody. Right? By the end of the day, when you look back, you know that somebody had, you know, captured what you have went through. So I
Yeah.
think it comes from that. So I feel it's both. It's love and it's reassurance. And we are humans. We have emotions and we have this feeling that, you know, there should be somebody to take care of us. That at the end of the day, when we finish our entire work, go through that, you know, hassle and fight with the worlds, with the worldly order, you want to come back to somebody who's your safety net and just makes you feel, okay, here is where you can relax and just be
Yeah.
yourself without putting a second thought in. And that is what I feel is as simple as this. Like, you don't need even if there's, you know, अगर दो लोग हैं एक relationship में, which and both the people are extremely rich, okay, they have everything that they need, like a big house, money, cars, everything, but if they're not there for each other, none of that is going to make sense. No
Yeah.
matter what kind
None
of
them will
empire,
be happy.
100%, no matter how big of an empire you create, if there's nobody to live in that empire and see each other through, there's no purpose and no use of that relationship.
That is true.
So I feel the basic essence of any partnership or relationship is that you need somebody who can share that space with you and make you feel
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah, 100%. I think a good relationship is something where, for me, if I have a good relationship, it would be something where I feel super seen.
Yeah.
I feel the most of myself. I'm not scared to
Show the truth.
show the truth. I'm not
Yeah.
restricting myself from communicating.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of this person. Oh, if he reacts that way, so I'll just shut down. And it's really like reliving your inner child with that person.
Yeah.
And the best partner would be someone who you are the most
Comfortable with
comfortable
and
with,
best
and
friends with,
also
basically.
your inner child is the most alive with.
Yeah. The one who reminds you of your inner child
Of your
always.
inner child, and you could do all the things, and it actually makes a huge difference.
It does. It does. Okay, I want to come back to this. I want to ask you, do you feel like the generation after us, like the Gen Zs are getting married, all the people in 2000s and all the people in like 30s are getting married?
And Gen Zs are so lovable. I've seen Gen Z couples, they go above and beyond.
Beyond.
And I'm not saying this from a materialistic point of view.
It is
I'm
about the
saying
efforts.
It's about the efforts that they are taking towards each
Yeah,
other.
to know your
The
partner.
way they communicate with each other, the way they uplift each other, there is so much to learn from Gen Zs when
Yeah.
it comes to a relationship.
Yeah.
And then if, let's say, our guy friends, if I go and tell them, you know what, this relationship is so cute, this guy did this for her, and our guys would be like, they would just not understand what is this. Like, what?
ठीक
How?
है. Why is this? मतलब इतना
हाँ.
क्या बड़ा उसको बनाना and ये and वो.
And these are all the little things we are talking
Yeah.
about, which we are making big. So it's just a simple thing. All the
Yeah.
little things matter
Yeah.
to women.
And we are suddenly in a generation where 2000 वाले बच्चे शादी कर रहे हैं, 30 वाले से ऊपर लोग शादी कर रहे हैं, सबकी शादियां हो रही है और हम बीच में फंसे हुए
हमारी
हैं.
generation is like,
हम कुछ ज्यादा ही मोर्चे पे निकल गए कि हम सेल्फ इंडिपेंडेंट बनेंगे.
क्या करना
हम शादी का दूर दूर तक कोई प्लान ही नहीं है. Why are we the ones who are hanging by the thread? Why do you feel so? Like, why is our generation not the one who's getting married or getting settled down? Why can't we see people around us being like, हाँ ठीक है, अब हो गया, अब let's शादी करते हैं. सब छोटे बड़े सब तो शादी कर रहे हैं यार, हमारा कब आ रहा है नंबर?
मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है because we grew up with our set of parents generation where it was difficult for us to navigate things versus Gen Z's parents are still in middle ground of कि हमारे parents से भी थोड़े younger generation, so they must have taught their kids that way, and they are not really scared of getting hurt or really overthinking life, and they don't have that many traumas from their parents
Yeah.
or the love life. They are very easy to go. They have a lot of clarity when it comes to love life, when
Yes.
it comes to the boundaries they have in their work,
Yeah.
when the way they want to live their life, versus us, because we were conditioned to work hard all the time, we also feel guilt कि अरे थोड़ा काम से break ले लिया, we'll start feeling guilty.
Yeah.
So it is actually hampering the relationships that we are in, because I truly feel that we are very scared of getting hurt, and we have been hurt. Some of us are hurt few times, some of us are hurt many times. So
Yeah.
it's not very easy to break your heart, mend it, then again make it ready for someone else for it to get hurt. And then it really depends on how you take life. But For some people, it takes longer. Some people are okay with it. It's
yeah.
still like, I've seen some people, they're just like, they're breaking up and in a week or two, they have another boyfriend or another girlfriend.
Yeah, for
And
some
then
people, it's
again-
very easy to move on and to find another partner.
So I don't know how that happens, but for me, I take time.
Yeah.
I need my time to get over it, because I think the hurt was that much that the trust, to build a trust in the next partner, takes a lot of time. And then what we don't realize is the trauma we also brings from our past relationship to the next
one.
relationship.
Yeah.
And in our head, everything is right, but it is
Yeah.
actually not right, because this person has not done the same thing. But we are so scared of our past traumas that we try to bring it in the next relationship.
Yeah.
And somewhere in that loop, we are getting stuck and getting scared. That's why it's very hard to move forward or commit for marriages or be like, नहीं, but you know, वो भी तो अच्छा था, उसने भी तो इतने सारे वादे किए थे,
Yeah.
and when things went wrong, everything turned upside down. So the trust.
So I feel in our generation we are expecting the worst to come.
Yeah.
Instead of expecting the good to come, okay, no, this thing would be better. We are expecting the worst to come, and I also feel like all the 30s people, they never put so much thought. For them, getting married at 23, 24, 25 was not a big deal, because they thought कि चलो ठीक है, financially अगर अभी stable नहीं हुए, शादी कर लेते हैं, एक साथ हो जाएंगे. Like we'll figure it out when we're together, and they just went into it taking a risk. Versus Gen Z always knew what they want, so they are like, okay, this is what I want, this is what you want. We both, come into this relationship and we'll make that happen for each other. So they have that kind of assurance. The problem with our generation is we were so adamant and so stuck upon that we want to make a life for ourselves first and then look at the relationship perspective. So we went into that loop of I want to be, fully independent. I want to start earning and then I would look at relationship. But by the time you reach that, state where you feel like you're settled, you're already 27, 28, and now that you're looking for going out and dating somebody and going into a relationship, you're already so much comfortable in your own space that you don't want
you're
to.
doing everything for yourself.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
are not needing an external help or a partnership for a marriage, and marriage is also a partnership.
It is.
What our parents did was partnership.
Yes.
Like, you run the house, I'll earn the money, and let's make a good family together.
Yes.
So for now, in our generation, what is the thing we are looking for? Because men are doing everything by themselves, women are doing everything by themselves. So what is that bridging gap that is bringing us together?
Yeah, I think we became in the search of becoming independent. We became hyper independent, and now we become so comfortable in our own spaces by providing everything for ourselves that it is difficult for us to understand the concept of partnership. I think that is where our generation is lacking.
We have become very less flexible, I would say.
100%. In some ways it's good, and in some ways it might, I feel in most of the ways it's good. That you know what you want and you're not, giving in the wrongs and just compromising for the sake of making a relationship work. But in some cases, it also has become so much so that people have so much ego in relationship that they don't want to let go of things and just come in somewhere middle ground with their partner. So I feel that entire thing is so complicated and has become so confusing for all of us, and that's why our generation is like really confused about love and relationships.
That is true. And also I feel because women of our parents' generation sacrificed so many things. When feminism came in place, a lot of people perceived it as wrong. Feminism is only equality.
Yes.
What women took it as like
rebel. There's some section
that.
of
and then we will not compromise for anything. It's not that. If it's the right relationship, if you are getting love the way you want to get love, if the man is also very happy with it, there is no problem in compromising to the things that are making him happy, or there's also no problem for him to compromise on the things that is making her happy.
Yes.
But because the concept of feminism is still so complicated in the generation of our women that most of them feel it is like कि थोड़ा भी कुछ गलत हो गया, they will be like, I'll move on to the next one. And then this circle, you're not really giving time to one particular person.
The humanly mistakes are now seen as problems of feminism. Like any human mistake is labeled as, oh, he's anti-feminist, and okay, I'm not gonna. I understand, feminism is very important. I consider myself a feminist, but there's a degree to it. Like, how farther you can stretch it, it depends upon you. Like, if somebody makes a genuine human mistake, you should also know how to let go.
So this was my perception about how feminism is going wrong and how it is actually hampering our current relationships and our expectations. And I have also learned it in a very hard way that compromising is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts about how feminism is going wrong and how it's impacting our modern relationships?
As I said, I feel like human mistakes need to be seen as human mistakes, not to be, if they are done by a man, he's an anti-feminist, to label him that he's completely against women should not be the case. I feel as humans, all of us are going to make mistakes, and women do too. It is very important to understand, if it is not defaming you or demeaning to you, if it came from a genuine mistake of a human, we can ignore it and move past it. Not everything has to be fought, or not everything has to be rebelled against. I feel that understanding has to increase, and I feel like both the genders have become so rigid in their own thinking and in their own places that they just don't want to give in, and that is not how a relationship is going to work. Because and irrespective of like a love relationship, even in friendships, like, when mistakes are done, you need to see that, okay, this was a mistake, learn from it and move forward and let go and learn to forgive. So I think once you do that, things would be balanced. If you take it into far extreme corners, then it is going to not help your relationship very much, I feel.
It's even not healthy for you in a long term, because then
yes, you won't be able to connect with anyone.
And you'll end up being alone.
Yes.
So yeah, but that was a very good take on how humanly mistakes should not be labeled as feminism or things like that. The next segment I would like to move on to is how in this modern world men have become more feminine and women have become more masculine, and how that is impacting modern relationships, and also when men become too feminine, how it is impacting a woman, and when women are becoming too masculine, how it is impacting the men in the relationship.
See, I think it depends upon individual to individual. मुझे लगता है कि हर ना ऐसे कोई बाउंड्री नहीं है कि ये बहुत masculine हो गया, ये बहुत feminine हो गया. हर individual बहुत different होता है. Since the time that both the genders have become independent and financially independent, the entire pressure of that men will the only one who will put food on table has been lifted off. But with that being lifted off, they also let go of a lot of other things that were supposed to be taken care by them. I feel like they thought that equality means to give complete freedom to women, but I also feel that somewhere women crave that men should take that charge, or should be that man alpha male who'll plan things, or who'll take care of fixtures and furniture of the house. So these things have somehow, the equality coming in has blurred those lines, and for women, now those lines are blurred, so they overcompensated by becoming more hyper independent.
And beautiful talks we have had about relationship, how the dynamics have moved in recent modern age. And I especially love your perspectives on relationship. I have learned so many things from you, and it's good now the world will also see and learn so many things from you, because you have a very healthy perception and expectation about love which comes from your family, and it is very important to know what kind of love you want. And then we move to our next segment, which is
going to be reel reviewing. We are going to place like 4 reels, 2 each on the screen, which are going to be related to the topic that we have spoken about in this podcast, and then we're just going to have general opinions and comments on the reels. Okay, so the first reel I have is a very great example of when the man doesn't know what he wants, and how it will always end up in him being stranded or alone, or vice versa. Okay? It's a good one. It's like a very good example of that.
Put your arm over the girl, hearing-wise, that you are more interested in. In 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, bitch. Blindfolds off and point to the girl you're more attracted to in 3, 2, 1.
What? Oh my god.
Man, this is insane. Wait, why are you more attracted to Emma? I like her smile.
Thank you.
Smiles are their teeth. Do you want to say anything now?
No, I don't have anything to say. If they work, they work. I have no hard feelings at all.
You are such a sweet. Wait, so Steph, is that, a deal breaker? Okay.
Absolutely.
It is.
If you didn't find me attractive, yeah, it is a deal.
Yeah.
Alright, so just to finalize it, Stephanie, thumb up or thumb down to Mitch after he Thumb
Good
up
job.
if you are interested in the person next to you. Thumb down if you are not. Why?
I just think that if he chose her personally, then I think he should stick to his guts. I like a guy who knows
Yeah.
what he wants and goes for it and doesn't change his mind.
There it is.
Yeah. Very good
Right? So
choice of her saying that, you know what, I'm not complicating it.
Yeah.
Not your first choice, I'm not your choice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So she didn't go after it just because, she had a good time with the man. She knew what she wants, and she knew that if
Yeah.
he doesn't find her attractive, there is no place for her in that
And
relationship.
it's gonna be the same even in future.
And
So
for the other girl also to know that he went on the basis of when they had a conversation, he related to her more. But once they opened the blindfold, all of it became only about the looks for him. And it was so nice
nothing
of her also
about
to say
soul.
exactly.
Yeah. Very
She's-
nice, very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel it is so important for you to know what you genuinely want and to follow your guts
Yeah.
and just to not fall
and
for
also
looks.
to own up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a good that was real from my end.
I loved it. Do
Okay.
you want to know the reel that I'm gonna show you?
Yep.
So this was the reel when I took decision to leave this relationship where I was also pretty dependent in, and I did not have the courage, more on a dependency level that oh my god, how am I gonna navigate it all alone, because I was already out of love, etc., etc.
Right.
But this reel really motivated me to give myself another chance, and it's from Made in Heaven.
Oh.
I know I've showed it to you before, but it's for our lovely. What a great
Show.
storytelling, poem telling, everything.
Yes. If you have not watched Made in Heaven, please do.
Maybe women are conditioned to sacrifice for a greater good. But what if the sacrifice is to break away from the accepted norm? What if the greater good is to give yourself a second chance? The next time you meet a rare woman that gave herself that chance, remember, you're looking at someone who had the guts to believe in her own fairy tale.
This reel really motivated me, and of course, when it happened in the show, I thought this was so beautiful.
Yes. It is.
So beautiful. What do you
It
have
is.
your thoughts on this?
I love it. Like, I love that as human, we might make wrong choices, but it is always important to know that, these choices can be mended. Like, you can get out of the situation and there's
Yeah.
always another story waiting for you.
Yeah.
Life is not one linear path. It's branches of ways and you can take
And
whichever
always giving
suits you.
yourself second chances, which are
Always.
way better than being stuck, you guys.
Yeah. Always giving yourself second chances. Never be afraid to start again. Never be afraid to start again. Like, you should never be afraid to start again. Life is not one single path. It's not from point A to point B. It's a full puzzle of it's
Yeah.
branches of ways that you can follow. So
And if
never
you're sure that you're not happy, babes, it's time to get out.
Yeah, nothing is more important than your sanity and your happiness. So get out if you're
Yeah.
not happy. And on that note, we have come to an end of this episode. Spoke a lot about love, relationship, navigating those from like 20s to till now, understanding what we like in love and what we don't
This-
tolerate in love. You wanna-
And Guys, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We are on Spotify, we are on YouTube, we are on Instagram. we are
Look
on
at her going like a
Facebook.
marketing expert.
It is very important, and it would be really a huge support for us that you
Yeah.
just don't view and like, but also hit the subscribe button.
Also share it with your friends, your family, you know, whoever you think would enjoy listening to this podcast. And sorry because last episode में हमने ये नहीं बोला होगा शायद because अभी भी हम इतने pro नहीं
We are
हुए हैं.
still learning
Yeah.
how to be podcasters and YouTubers.
Yeah, so the same goes for the previous episode also, okay? So
Right,
like, share, subscribe.
comment.
Yes. And thank you so much for staying in tune with us for this episode of She
Is always right.
See you in the next one.